You start to feel that connection to nature. You slow down, you take a breath, and you automatically start to feel a different kind of sense of pace and rhythm. One that's connected to the earth and much more deeply rooted in the earth, not unlike the vines.
Realtor Tom Brezsny offers what can only be called an extraordinary opportunity, a 23-acre vineyard property that produces some of the most sought-after grapes in Northern California.
Welcome to Terra, Serena, which is the name that the Woodruff family has given to their vineyard. We're actually at the extreme southern edge in the subregion of the Santa Cruz Mountain appellation, which stretches all the way from Half Moon Bay to Corralitos. It's a small little subregion, but becoming increasingly well-known, and there's a reason for that, and part of it has to do with the climate here. It's both warm and it has the cool mist that comes in the mornings to cool it down, and that grows a certain kind of grape.
Terra Serena was planted in an old-world terraced style more than 30 years ago, with heritage vines, and is farmed without irrigation. Fellow realtor and wine lover Terry Ballantyne says the property and surrounding area represents a return to a simpler time in California winemaking.
It's like Napa was in its epoch back in the early 70s. But now if you talk to people in the wine trade or people that enjoy drinking wine, they say Napa's become a little bit like Disneyland. Everything is oversized, overwrought, very expensive, a little pretentious, and it's just not, while the quality of the wine is beautiful, it's not the same kind of day that it used to be. And Corralitos is like turning back the clock. You have these beautiful wines getting born, fabulous flavor in the glass without all the pretension, the hype, and the traffic. It's a beautiful mix of yesterday and tomorrow.
You're not just buying a property, you're sort of taking it over and inheriting the history of it and taking it forward.
Yes, this little patch of earth has been tended and loved and cultivated and cared for decades. And when you take over your stewardship of it, you're entrusted with something precious, something that is imbued with the love and labors of all the people that came before you. And that is something that no amount of money can replicate. It's time in a bottle.
Tom says the home fits perfectly within its surroundings.
It's a home that was lovingly and painstakingly remodeled and renovated in 2005. It's a remake of a classic California ranch. It's a home that fits the site, and it's not an ego home or a monster home, and that really wouldn't work with what this is, because this isn't about the pretension. This is about some authenticness and of experience, a communion with nature. There's a strong community flavor here, a sense of neighborhood. Rural roads meeting together at the nexus in and around Corralitos Market. There's a small little community cultural center. You're isolated but not secluded, and so that you have that sense of quiet and being away from the world. You're far from the madding crowd, but you're really close to your neighbors, you're close to your community. It's built with a human scale. And that's really what this property is about. It's people that are looking to kind of escape maybe that day-to-day grind, a little bit too much social media, too many emails, and to come find a different pace, to scale down a bit, and find a different way to connect to themselves, to their community, to their neighbors, and to the land that they live on. The quiet that wash over one here is just tremendously peaceful, and that's one of the reasons why it's called Terra Serena.
If you're interested in stewarding this beautiful property into its next life, contact Realtor Tom Brezsny